Jamaican bubble. They win their 4th netball gold medal at the Commonwealth Games, and that's how much it means to them.
Taking the Commonwealth Games title was extremely exciting for us back at home.
This was heart-wrenching, and just lose it like that, it was really horrible.
Oh, it was amazing, especially after watching the other game where they went down to Jamaica. Just their comeback and bringing home the gold was just epic.
But we're back here to do what was supposed to be done.
I feel like that rivalry is really starting to build now. I can't wait to come up against Jamaica. I think they are an exciting team.
We're bringing a lot of sunshine, a lot of fire, a lot of fierceness, and a lot of young new talents out there.
The Jamaican team will definitely bring lots of dance moves and so much energy.
It's all about the reggae and the music, and that's what makes us Jamaican.
They are just full of flair, full of fun. They're such a high-energy group, and I hope we can match it when we come up against them.
Yes, we are excited, we are ready, and we are coming guns out.
Game on, Jamaica.
Australia, you better watch out.
Well, it's fast, it's furious, and it's fun, and it's delicious. It's the Cadbury Fast 5 World Netball Series, and it's here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Kia ora, no mai, haere mai, ko Leslie Murdoch, tēnei, and tēnā koe, Jodie Brown, you're joining me in commentary. But this is the beginning of a festival of netball.
Oh, isn't it going to be wonderful? The crowd is in there, so many you know, people in the crowd, and one of those special little ones, Romelda Aiken, George's little bubba that you've just seen on the screen. But Leslie, I'm so pumped. I'm ready for this next 2 days.
Absolutely. So the 6 best teams in the world matched by, look at them, in their array of pink, and that is the predominant colour for the punters that have turned out to witness what is a festival here. Australia, Jamaica, that is what is up first in this 2-day carnival here in Aotearoa, Christchurch. Wow, it is just going to be so fast-paced. Austin and Hodges in the shooting circle for Australia, and down that defensive end man, the new captain Tara Hinchliffe with Tilly McDonald. Over to Jamaica, we have got Romelda Aiken-George. She's just not making up the numbers this time. She's here to play, and with her, Giselle Allison, of course, Creary and McLean. Again, that defence. I don't know, Jodie Brown, where to look. Is it in the shooting because we know about the new shots in there? Is it in the defence, or do those middies have to do so much work?
Oh, I think the middies need to do lots of work. They need to run their little butts off up and down that court, but it's the ability to shoot those long-range shots, isn't it? But also the defensive strategy that each team's going to bring. So exciting to see what each team is going to bring to this game.
Absolutely. 3 different shooting options, a 1-point, a 2-point. We've got the 3-pointer from the transverse line in the attacking third, and we've got the double play. 90 seconds of every quarter, right at the end, it is double points. That is what they've got the option. So actually, 4 shooting options.
Yeah, and like we've mentioned in the front end, the ability to change that score line dramatically, whether it goes in your favour or whether it, you know, puts you down a peg or 2, is going to be really interesting to see how teams cope with that as well.
5 players, shorter quarters, 24 minutes in duration. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. We are ready for the beginning of the International World Series. It is the Cadbury Fast 5, and we're waiting for our 2 teams to break through. Here they come now. Australia up against Jamaica. While we've had a little talk about normal netball, as it's called, it is all about the Fast 5.
Yeah, it is, and it's showcasing our game in just a different light, and I think it's that fun aspect. But what you've heard most of these players say is do the business on court, and then the fun will come after that.
Goal defense, Tara Hinchliffe and Misha Creary.
Here's the new skipper for Australia, 23-year-old Tara Hinchliffe. Spoke to her on Thursday, and she was very focused. There is no doubt that Australia have come here to bring home that Fast 5 title. Right. The vibe is palpable. I can absolutely tell you that even before the crowd came into Christchurch Arena here in Aotearoa, Christchurch, there is a vibe in Christchurch. It is because of this Fast 5, and it's so important to have the whistlers as well. Corey Nichols and Alison Harrison with the whistle in the opening match. 2022 A little bit of tenseness. We know there will be fun as well, but this is about the business end of it. Here we go. 2022. Let's have a look and see how the players adapt to fast 5. Just 5 players on the court, Jodie Brown.
Yeah, only 5, so we drop wing attack and wing defence. Means there's only 2 people that can get that centre pass, either the goal defence or goal attack. Making it a little bit more tight. Good start there for Australia.
Now this is the work that's got to be done, is getting that ball into the shooting areas. And you can see a little change. I hope you're not colourblind at home, but there's a shooting, the 2-pointer on that colour. Oh, super stuff. Giselle Allison ignites the crowd and her team, a bit of confidence. So that is 2 points in the aqua. And from that transverse line, they can get 3. And now looking for Georgie Horgis for the 2-pointer. The rebound is beautiful.
That's what's key, is having that big, tall Lucy Austin underneath. 180, 192 she stands at, but the ability to get that and then pump it back out and score a 2-pointer, outstanding.
Oh, we've got to keep an eye. I mean, everything happens so quickly, doesn't it? 2 points, 1 point, 3 points. We've got the super play, the power play, the end of the 90 seconds.
Well, you have no time to dwell on anything, do you? You've just got to get straight back into it. Switch from attack defence is going to be key.
I'll turn around and shoot. I'm going to do it, says Lucy Austin. And it goes. 5-2, early advantage. Interesting in the Australian lineup, in their group of 10 that they've brought across, they've got 4 that have played fast 5, but none of them have taken the court.
Well, of course, you've got the 2 Sophies in there, Sophie Garvin and Sophie Dwyer just joined the team last night. It was the first 3-pointer of the day from the English series. But that's the ability, isn't it, Leslie? You can use that sub rule and bring in and substitute at any time.
Oh, look, that's remarkable. Romelda Aiken-George, her baby Gianna, we saw her sideline. Romelda is, what, just over 3 months having given birth, and here she is out on court for Jamaica. Fabulous. It's Australia dominating, purposeful. They know their structure, but I think you've got to be reactive too.
Yeah, there's an element of being able to dictate, but also react as well.
Contact goal defence penalty.
So the normal rules in terms of how close you can get it still apply here. And I'm sure that the many that have gathered to watch this first game will just be interested themselves, because this is brand new, a lot of it to them, including, oh, look at that, stunning work right at the back by Tilly McDonald.
Yeah, just not quite enough on that pass.
Contact goalkeeper in the 2.
Aiken-George probably in the wrong position to receive it as well.
Goalkeeper in the 2.
So don't forget, on the bottom left of your screen is the time. It's only 6-minute quarters. It's quick. Everything about this Fast 5 World Series is fast.
While the ball was down the other end, Australia made substitution. Kimberly Jenner comes on for the captain. So players need to be able to react. Have a look at that sub box, what's going on.
Allison looking for the 2-pointer, doesn't get it. Well, that's the other thing. The coaches have to be aware too that they've got to give the players game time. Yeah. But when do you insert them into the game? You get a roll on again. Allison sinks it. It's a 2.
I think you've seen most teams make a sub around that 3-minute mark, around about halfway of each quarter. It's really important for those mid-quarters. They're running up and down that court multiple times.
Here we go again. And time to steady yourself. It's perfect from Georgie Horgis. And you're right.
Sophie Dwyer, I think.
Sophie Dwyer. And of course, you heard prior Carden Berger saying, you've just got to gas it in that midcourt, don't you? You've just got to use up your gas, know that you'll get a rest.
Yeah.
Instruction, goalkeeper. 1.
Yeah, I think that's going to catch us out all day, isn't it? Making sure that we're taking note of who's coming on and off the court as well.
Just gets the ball in.
Contact goalkeeper.
And Austin, the tall limbs, Dwyer, just cool, calm, collected, isn't she? Amazing. So amazing.
Well, in this day and age, you know, all shooters need to be able to shoot from that 2-point range, so
Contact goalkeeper.
I think you're going to see more 2-pointers, you know, going in, more successful.
The power play coming into it, of course, the 90 seconds at the end. There's so much to keep up with. brain hurts with it, but it's fun, and as we said right at the beginning, it's furious.
Oh, can she get a 6? Crowd will go wild.
Defense, 2 or 3.
Let's hope they know about it. Oh, lovely tip. And this time it goes for the Jamaican defence. 12-5. They are very match savvy, are the Australians.
Interesting with the Australian team. They've left their goal shooter and goalkeeper on the whole quarter. Might be a strategy as well. Just change the middle 3.
Well, not scared to take the 1-pointers either. And that's a 2 because it's in the power play. Oh, and again, they're just too quick.
Contact goalkeeper in the 2. In the 2.
Now, this could be a 4-pointer if she can get it. And, oh, that's outstanding reading of the game. That's what it's all about.
And backing each other up too. Well done, great teamwork.
Got to have that game now, don't you? And that's where Australia are winning it. There is the hooter. The first 6 minutes is completed in the Fast 5 World Netball Series. Australia have shown us that they know what they're doing. They lead Jamaica 16-5. Wow, it's magnificent, isn't it? Look here at Christchurch Arena, and some quick stats, Jodie Brown.
Yeah, well, look, 1 point is obviously going in. I'm being really impressed with the 2-point range. I think that's going to be the range that we're going to see more of this year. And then obviously Australia, they made the most of that power play, 8-0. Yeah, Jamaica just couldn't get their hands on the ball, could they?
Well, they certainly look as though they've had a really good understanding of the rules as well. They've adapted and been very quick to convert that into the points. So 16-5 is a very handy lead after the first 6-minute quarter. Here we are. It is quarter number 2. There is no mucking around. You know that there are rolling subs, and Romelda Aiken gets her 1.96 frame up high. And they're going to need a bit more than that, and I'm sure they know that.
Advantage break goal defense.
And it's the space, isn't it, as well, having those 2 less players. And look at that transition, just superb.
Yeah, ability to turn and let the ball go. Good vision, good speed. Oh, just so dynamic and relentless. It just keeps going and going. And the pressure coming on from Australia. Turnover time, one arm, bullet pass. Look at that transfer, it's so quick. Yeah, their transition, Australia, has been impressive in this opening match, both from attack to defence and vice versa.
Obstruction goal defense. In the 2 or the 1.
Yeah, the interesting thing for me is that Australia, where possible, are looking for the bigger shots like this one. It doesn't go in, but the rebound is there, and that's the key thing, isn't it? It's not just about sinking them, it's having somebody there to support.
Australia have been very good at supporting their teammates. It's just where Jamaica's just getting a little stuck trying to get down that court.
Center contact.
And quickly, just not giving Jamaica any time to get settled, get their game in. I wonder what they think of it in the crowd. So many differences. 17-7. Aiken.
Goalkeeper in the 2, please.
Yeah, good decision by Aiken. Get under there for the rebound. Oh, the pass.
Up going in ones at the moment.
Ones is okay to go in as long as you're going to be able to hit some shots in that power play just to make sure you can get the score with the score 16-7 though.
Super duper. It is really humming for Australia.
Center third.
And this is the difference between the two teams at the moment, is that ability just to get that ball moving on really quickly. The Australians know where each other are, despite having the numerous substitutions, which can come at any time. 2-pointers, and it's in. Romelda Aiken-George. Important too. got a bit of work to do. Look at that scoreline, 18-9.
Yeah, I think the difference is Australia have done that work before the receiver's got the pass. So when that person's got the pass, the work's already done and the option's already on.
Again, there's the support play.
Contact goalkeeper. 2. Goalkeeper, step back beside her.
Lucy Austin has been a tower of strength. And
using the goalpost.
Yeah, she's the only player. Oh no, sorry, Tilly
on court.
Now only 2 players not to be subbed from Australia.
On court, goalkeeper on the court.
It looks like a couple others are going to be coming on very shortly for Australia. And look at Jamaica just struggling to get that ball through outside of their defensive third. And the option's just not on.
You just need a little bit more work done before the receiver gets the ball.
Distraction, goal shooter, penalty.
Oh, first offensive contact of the day. Aussie pretty slick on their substitutions.
Goal defence, sorry. That's a goal defence beside. Obstruction goalkeeper.
Well, are the substitutions preordained, or are they just reactive to the game as well? That's the other thing.
Yeah, good question to ask the coach in the next quarter.
Will be. Yep. One thing we can tell you is that we're just about into the last 90 seconds of the second quarter, and they're happy for the 1 point. Or that'll be 2 now. Double in the last 90 seconds of every quarter. So 21-9.
In the first quarter, Jamaica scored no points in this power play portion of the quarter, so they'll be hoping to get some points on the board.
She shoots. No, she won't.
Bandage offside, goal defence.
Much quicker transfers there. And they're going for double here. This is important. Oh, it's gutsy. It doesn't come off. You've got to take a risk, don't you? You need to take it quickly. Players out of sync for Australia.
Need to ensure Allison gets under there in a rebound position just in case. Great boxing out, Kimberly Jenner.
21-9. Oh, beautifully kept in.
Dwyer goes for 4 points.
Contact goal shooter.
Well, it's been a tougher second quarter from both teams. It hasn't been as free-flowing from a scoring point of view. Oh, that is stunning, isn't it? One each. We're going to see so much. The athleticism, the elevation.
Oh, someone's got to shoot it. 3 seconds to go.
Oh, the hoop is gone, and it won't count if it went in. It's half-time. It's been frantic, yes, we know, but it is Australia who've come to play, and they mean business, and they're ahead of Jamaica by 21-9. Well, it's lived up to expectations from an Australian point of view, Jodie Brown.
Well, much more closer quarter, that one, 5-4 to Australia, so still making most of that bonus, play that they have. Intercepts, Australia lead that, but look, anything can change in this game, can't it, quite dramatically. If Jamaica get their eye in on their shooting, I think we were in for a really good game.
Just got to get your groove on, don't you?
Yeah, and I think each team, as their first down team, will slowly do it. I think you'll get slowly on the court, you'll get more confidence, we'll see more dancing coming, from the waterfall. I think, it'll start to go.
Well, let's go into the benches, and for Australia, Bryony Arkle, you'd be pretty happy with your team, Bryony, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for all teams, we just wanted to get out there and start the competition, so I'm extremely happy with how we started.
And your shooting, I mean, they've picked it up so quickly.
Yeah, I think we've got the lucky thing that we've played this sort of 2-point shot for 2 years, so hopefully they'll do okay.
Keeping the ball in, they can't this time, Australia. Thank you, Bryony.
Thank you, guys.
nice to get the insights. 21-9 it is to Australia. Next go to Annette Daly from Jamaica. Annette, your thoughts on that first half, please.
We're actually playing behind the defenders and not utilizing our feet. It's about making some decisive decisions, decisive drives. Once we do that, we're back in.
Absolutely you are. Thank you so much, and it's so good, isn't it, what they can offer. And I think this shortened game is really for Jamaica. It suits them so much.
Yeah, look, I think you've got the tall stature of Romelda Aiken-George underneath there, so the ability for those goal attacks to have confidence to put the ball up and know that she's under there for a rebound.
Just about the structure, isn't it, and how you utilise it. Can they go for two more? No, they can't. So this is where Jamaica have struggled to get that ball through the midcourt at pace.
Well, it's their ability to punch down court, I think. There's quite often we've seen them go back court, and the people that are in front are not available. And like Annette said, they're getting stuck behind an Australia player.
Right, so let's go back and reset because it's actually Australian ball. You can well see the division in the shooting areas there. Great aerial shot. And the way that Australia just fling that ball through, they know where their players are.
Contact, goalkeeper.
And that's worth 1 point. Well, I guess, where's Wally? I mean, everything's happening here when people dress up and the fun, the flair.
Yeah, nice hold from Aiken-George. Much better open space and put the Australian player on her back.
Well, so when you think back to that first quarter, 16-5 Australia took that lead. They always start fast, don't they?
Well, they did, but they also made the most of that power play. They scored 8 points in that power play. In that second quarter, only a couple. So it just shows you how important that power play is, really, to be able to gain a lead of what Australia have got now.
Much better punching through that time, but it's just got to go straight away, and it is back to Australia hands. It's all about athleticism and fitness as well, because this is tough with 2 less players per team.
Outstanding pass, Sophie Dwight.
Oh, no, we want the 2.
Contact, goalkeeper, in the 2.
Well, when you've got a lead this big, it's worthwhile having a go and getting your eye in, practicing, isn't it?
Both players.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
No heat from the scoreboard. And that goes in second time lucky. We've got the work to do, Jamaica.
Just no one on going forward for Jamaica. Again, just that pre-movement around when the receiver gets the ball, having already done that work to be able to be in a position to take that pass.
A badly needed 2 points. They had a little bit of spin on it, but it wasn't enough. But the rebound is true. And in it goes. Nothing hard to come by for Jamaica, but that's a couple more for them.
She's been good, Giselle Ellison, for Jamaica when she's got the ball in a good shooting position.
And look, going back. Oh, that time looking for the greater game by going for a 2 or a 3-pointer. That's lovely movement. But again, there's nothing forward. And that's what happens under pressure. That intercept tally is growing for Australia.
That's 2 intercepts now that Kimberly Jenner has taken on a stretch.
And again, the combinations in the shooting circle, Garvin on and Hodges, and they have swapped them around, but it just hasn't mattered, has it?
No, I think the ability to shoot long for this Australian side has been an asset, especially in that 2-point range. Seems to be their best range, that 2-point range.
The 2-pointer doesn't sink. If she'd held it a bit longer, she might have got the power play. We're into power play. We're into double points here. And this is where Australia have used their brains, really, their match nous. No, they can't make it that time. But they're going nowhere, Jamaica. They are going nowhere with that ball. Lucy Austin waiting to come back on. She's started well. But they're in charge, Australia. Garvin races off just back from Diamond's duty. Her and Sophie Dwyer.
Yeah, much better punch down court. 3-pointer. 6-pointer actually, but didn't quite go in.
Can't wait for one of those to go in. We are all going to erupt when it happens.
Oh, great vision. Well done.
Australia, goal third.
Australia's certainly made more use of the space on the court, haven't they?
Hold time, please.
I think Roxana McLean has tried to adjust her play in there, but again, it's just getting the ball back up. We've talked about it, the issue for Jamaica. I think they've adjusted well in defence. But it's looked like they're looking for that other player or other couple of players to help the ball through. And so that's a couple more for Australia because we're in the power play and you get double points.
Well, Jamaica's game has been possession in that ball, hasn't it? Traditionally in the seven-a-side game.
Here we are. 3 quarters have gone in the opening match of the World Series. Fast 5, and it is Australia again. They keep the lead and are ahead 30-12 over Jamaica. Australia wearing the navy today too, and Jamaica with the yellow, and they know that they have got to start and chip away at the lead that Australia have earned for themselves. The last quarter coming up in the first match, opening day. It's a 2-day festival. It is Fast 5 World Series here in Christchurch, and up it goes.
Throw in Australia.
30-12, Australia ahead. They've led right from the opening quarter. And you go back to the way that they used that power play in the opening 6 minutes, and it has told a big story. But just the freedom and the space that they find themselves, the accuracy in the passing. What can they do here? Austin wants it. Lovely tall frame.
Isn't she? And she uses her height well, doesn't she? Her reach as well.
And immediately goes into defence mode.
Young up-and-coming player, Lucy Austin, in the World Youth Cup squad for Australia. Thunderbirds this year.
3-pointer! Oh, yes! The first one is taken into it, and they understand and they know in the crowd, which is brilliant as well. That makes a massive difference.
Misha.
A bounce and a little tip through.
Misha Carey, outstanding.
And this is really important. We talked about that, didn't we? About those big points, the 3 points, the power play, the last 90 seconds. You can lead the whole game and then lose it if you're not careful. Oh, look at that. Stunning work. That is so good. Tilly McDonald.
Defence has been the backbone of this Australian performance, hasn't it? They've really suffocated the position that Jamaica have had, and they've made the most of their position, really.
32-15. Remember, 6-minute quarters.
Section goal defence penalties. Yep.
Lots of different shooting options. Going for 3. And who's going to get the rebound? Oh, they keep it in court as well.
Jenna again. She's been everywhere today.
Oh, she's just been inspirational.
Advantage contact set up.
Austin, those long levers. Can't get it in, but the rebound is sure.
Yes, George.
Not the tallest of goal attacks, but looking mean. I have a bit of smile there, that's good. They look as though they're having fun, Jodie. It is about the fun as well, and that's the mix that the players have to get to grips as well.
Yeah, it's first game of the day too. You always want to feel things out. Good thing about this competition is it doesn't mean Jamaica is out of this at all. They'll just be finding their groove. You wouldn't want to meet Jamaica later on down the competition, I don't think.
Well, let's not forget Australia do have a little bit of an advantage given their domestic season has the super shot in it.
Yeah, just their ability to turn and let the ball go. Australia, they've done the work, they're ready. they're in the spaces, they're using the width and the depth of the court. They're looking pretty slick at the moment.
Oh, and I think their ability just to transition other players on, and they've adapted really quickly as well. They've used a variety of players out on court. It hasn't made any difference to the flow for them. Oh, again, and their intercepts and never say die defending. And the support.
Vantage contact, vantage offside, centre.
2 points. And we'll just be Austin going for one. Well, you know, in the end, it doesn't matter really when you've got a 34-15 lead. 35-15, 7 intercepts Australia. I guess all the other teams will be having a look at this and just seeing how they might adapt their game plan. Going for 3.
Contact, goal attack, penalty.
Well, I like the way that they're having a go. I mean, opening match, why not? Might be well behind on the scorecard, but why not? Pickney having a go.
And like we said, once you find your eye and you get your groove in, I think it's so much easier doing it in practice, isn't it? When you come into the real game and the big stage with the crowd and the music, it does change a little bit.
2 more for Australia. They're in the power play. Double points. 37-15. Yeah, the movement's just off that centre pass, or off any pass. It just isn't good enough. And again, Australia able to defend the possession that Jamaica have.
They don't look like they're giving up anytime soon, are they? They're still running 100 miles an hour.
Well, there wouldn't be many mistakes, I don't think. That was a missed pass then, but we haven't seen too much of that from Australia. They have been so efficient.
Vantage offside, centre.
Double points, no, they're just happy with the one. Get the feel of the game, the vibe. Well, it'll be all the better. Oh, and look. So quick. Hinchcliffe coming through like a dart. That time came through and got a hand to it. So quick. The Australian Fast 5 captain again.
In the 3.
There's 10 seconds left in this opening match. And they are going for a double and a triple. And they want to get where it hurts the most on the scorecard. Oh, we're seeing some beaut work now, but it is all over. Take a bow, Australia. They have come through and they have put their game plan out on court. It has been skillful. It has been a great understanding between the players, but Australia have taken the first game 39-15. So hard to pick in the Australian lineup, but Kim Jenner, wow, she has had a beaut game in that mid-court. It was all about getting the possession down into the shooters. The amount of pressure that they were able to put on possession and just come through. Kim Jenner, 2 rebounds, 3 intercepts and 5 games. And you think over 4 6-minute quarters is immense. It is fantastic. Player of the match, Kimberly Jenner, game 1. And they'll be happy. Very happy. Lucy Austin, you can see how hard the players have worked, perspiration levels on all of them. And Tara Hinchcliffe will be very happy as the skipper. Sophie Garvin got a little cameo in there as well. Kelsey Brown was terrific in the middle for Australia. And we're giving top marks to all those that have dressed up. As we know, it is such a fun weekend here in Aotearoa, Christchurch. As the Australians just go back and think, game done, big tick in that box. It is such a thrilling game to be part of, 39-15. So let's go sideline now, because Jodie Brown has the victorious captain with her, Tara Hinchcliffe.
Well, Tara, excellent start for your team, built on the back of some pretty impressive defence. 7 intercepts to Jamaica's nothing. I guess defensively, what's your strategy?
Yeah, I guess it's just to go hard for every ball. We want to have first ball contest in this comp. I think it's easy to get caught chasing, but we had a crack, and I think you showed it.
Do you stay here between games or do you head back to the hotel?
We're going to hang here, watch the men, watch the other games. It's a fun vibe to be around.
Oh, we look forward to seeing you throughout this day.
Well, it sure is a fun vibe to be around. We've had fun in the opening match and the highlights. Well, it was Australia. They certainly brought it. They had the intel and they knew where those shooting zones were. It made such a big difference. Not only the one-pointers, not only the two, not only the threes, but the power plays as well. But that seamless transition, didn't matter who was in that shooting circle, that they were able to execute an outstanding game plan. And they mean business, folks. Fast 5 World Series, Australia look hungry. And they certainly showed in the opening match and the match against Jamaica that they have come to play. Watch out, all the other teams. We got the first big one in. We waited until the fourth quarter, but it happened finally. It'll happen more often as we go through this series. But it is Australia. They have taken the win over Jamaica, 39-15. Stay with us. We've got so much more Fast 5 netball for you.